Welcome back to our channel, fellow GH addicts. Today is a beautiful day to dive into some serious Port Charles drama. So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's get right into it because my mind is completely blown right now. I am literally shaking as I type this. I just finished watching the latest General Hospital preview video, and I cannot process what is happening right now. I mean, I am sitting here at 2 in the morning typing furiously because I desperately need to vent to people who actually understand this show and the absolute emotional roller coaster we have been on for the past few years. Can we just pause everything else happening in Port Charles and talk about Willow Kane right now? Because I am losing my mind over this entire storyline. I have been watching this show since 2015, and I've seen some truly unhinged medical storylines. But this locked-in state scam takes the absolute cake. So let's break down this preview because there is so much to unpack. We get this incredibly tense, suffocating scene. Drew is in his living room. He is in that horrific medically induced locked-in state, which, by the way, has been the most anxiety-inducing storyline I have seen in a very long time. And he is listening. He is listening. He's just sitting there completely paralyzed, trapped inside his own body like a prisoner. While Willow and Jen's freaking Sidwell are having a casual little chat about his life and his future. And then Willow, sweet, innocent, butter wouldn't melt in her mouth Willow, boldly looks at this incredibly dangerous man and says, "We have to stop dosing Drew." I literally screamed at my screen, "We have to stop dosing Drew." Like it's just a casual medication adjustment. Like she's talking about giving him a little less Tylenol for a headache. I can't believe they actually went there. I mean, I knew she was in deep with this whole conspiracy, but hearing her say it out loud, demanding to pull the plug on this entire locked-in state scam, it is wild. And how does Jen Sidwell react? He just sighs. He just gives this heavy, chilling, "I might murder you in your sleep" sigh. He completely nixes the idea without even breaking a sweat. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's back up for a second. How do we even get here? Remember when Willow was just a sweet school teacher. Remember when she was a victim of the Dawn of Day cult and we all felt so bad for her. Now she's actively participating in a medical hostage situation, keeping a man chemically paralyzed. What is her logic here? Why the sudden change of heart? Is she suddenly worried about public perception because Jack Brennan has the exact same condition? And people are starting to ask too many questions because, let's be real, the walls are closing in. And let's talk about that parallel for a second because the writers are definitely doing this on purpose. Nina Reeves just spared Jack Brennan his second paralytic injection. Nina literally pitched a whole plan to Willow about working with Brennan instead of keeping him locked in. So is Willow just copying Nina? Is she looking at Nina and thinking, well, if she can grow a conscience, maybe I should too? Or is she genuinely feeling guilty? Because I am sorry, but it is really, really hard to buy Willow's sudden moral high ground when she's been happily torturing Drew for weeks. You don't get a gold star for deciding to stop paralyzing someone after you've already ruined their life. But here is the thing that really gets me and the main reason I am freaking out tonight. Despite Sidwell's obvious objections, because of course he objects, he's a ruthless criminal who doesn't care about anyone's life, but his own Willow's conscience has actually kicked in. She decides to defy him. She decides to stop injecting the medication into Drew's body. She is actively going to help Drew slowly recover behind Sidwell's back. And I am just sitting here staring at my screen like, is she insane? Does she have a death wish? Jen Sidwell is not a man you just say no to. Have we forgotten who this guy is? He is currently investigating Marco Rios' killer. He has informants everywhere, probably even in the PCPD with that new detective, Joe Fitzpatrick. Sonny Corinthos is actively plotting against him because the guy is a massive lethal threat. And Willow thinks she can just stomp her foot, cross her arms, and cancel his master plan. I am terrified for her. And honestly, I kind of hate myself for caring because she brought this entirely on herself. But nobody deserves what Jen Sidwell is capable of doing. Am I the only one who thinks Sidwell is going to kill her? Because that is the absolute biggest question right now. That is the only thing we should be talking about. If Willow stops the injections and Drew starts recovering, Sidwell's entire operation is completely compromised. Drew knows everything. Drew has been sitting in that living room locked in his own body, listening to every single word they say. He knows about the drugs, he knows about Sidwell, he knows about Willow's betrayal. The second Drew can move his jaw and form a sentence, he's going to blow the whistle on all of them. So what does Sidwell do? He has to eliminate the weak link. And the weak link is glaringly obvious, it's Willow. I can totally see a scenario where Sidwell decides that Willow has become a massive liability and stages an accident. I mean, remember when they tried this kind of cover-up with other characters in the past? Remember the Silas Clay murder mystery? Or when Peter August was running around tying up loose ends? It never ends well. Sidwell could poison her, he could push her down the stairs at the Quartermaine mansion. Or he could just have her disappear entirely. And the tragic, hilarious irony of this whole situation is Michael Corinthos. Oh my god. Can we talk about Michael for a second? Michael is literally paying a private investigator, Elaine, to snap cozy photos of Willow and Harrison Chase. He wants to set up this elaborate betrayal trap because he's convinced she's cheating on him. He is so focused on this petty, jealous revenge plot that he has. No idea his wife is running a medical hostage scam with a global crime lord. If Sidwell kills Willow, Michael's gonna look like the biggest idiot in the history of Port Charles. He's out here worrying about a fake affair while his wife is playing Russian roulette with Jen Sidwell. I can't even handle the dramatic irony. It is chef's kiss writing. But it's also making me want to pull my hair out. Let's get back to Drew because my heart is just breaking for him. The psychological trauma this man is going through right now is unimaginable. He is fully conscious. He hears Willow, a woman. He trusted a woman whose family, advocating for his continued paralysis, and then suddenly changing her mind. Even if Willow helps him recover, do you think Drew is just going to forgive and forget? Absolutely not. I am here for a dark, vengeful Drew Kane. I want him to wake up and burn everything to the ground. I want him to look Willow in the eye and make her answer for every single second he spent trapped in his own mind. I know some people are loving this redemption arc for Willow. I see the comments on the forums, people saying, oh, she's finally waking up, she's doing the right thing. But personally, I need to see some consequences. You don't just get to say, oops, my bad, I'll stop paralyzing you now, and walk away clean. She crossed a line that you cannot uncross. And if Sidwell doesn't kill her, Drew might just destroy her life legally and publicly. But honestly, the threat of Sidwell is so much more immediate and terrifying. Think about how Sidwell reacted in that preview. That sigh. It wasn't an angry outburst. It wasn't a screaming match where he threw a glass against the wall. It was the sigh of a man who just realized he has to put a dog down. That is terrifying. That quiet, calculating disappointment is so much scarier than an explosive villain monologue. GH writers are actually delivering some incredible tension right now. I have complained about the pacing of this show so many times in the past. Don't even get me started on how long the Nixon Falls storyline dragged on, but this has me completely on the edge of my seat. What is Willow's actual exit strategy here? She stops the meds, Drew starts twitching his fingers. Then what? Does she smuggle a grown man out of the Quartermaine house? Does she call the cops and confess everything? Risking prison time and losing her kids, she is trapped in a corner of her own making. And let's not forget that the rest of town is a chaotic mess right now. Britt and Rocco are out there on the run. Jocelyn is locked up in Windermere, ambushing fake Nathan West with Anna's makeshift weapons. And Curtis is facing prison time. But this Willow, Drew, and Sidwell triangle is by far the most dangerous and compelling thing happening right now. I am dreading the moment Sidwell finds out she stopped the doses. Because he will find out. A guy like that doesn't just take a sighing defeat and walk away. He probably has cameras hidden in the house. He probably has spies. Or he'll just notice that Drew's color is coming back and his eyes are tracking movement. And when he realizes Willow betrayed him and is actively helping Drew recover, it is going to be an absolute bloodbath. I am predicting right now that the climax of this storyline is going to involve Sidwell cornering Willow, ready to kill her to protect his secrets, and a newly recovered Drew having to use every ounce of his returning strength to save the woman who tortured him. Imagine that scene, Drew barely able to walk, throwing himself at Sidwell to save Willow's life. It would be the ultimate test of his character. Will he let the man kill her, or will he save her, so she can face justice? It is such a twisted, brilliant, messed up dynamic. And I am typing this at 2 a.m. because I just can't stop thinking about the look on Drew's face in that preview. The sheer panic and rage in his eyes while he's frozen like a statue. Cameron Matheson is acting his absolute heart out with just his eyeballs. You guys, Give the man an Emmy right now. It is so hard to convey that level of desperation without moving a single facial muscle, but he is nailing it. So, what do you guys think I need to know? I'm not crazy for stressing out about this. Is Sidwell going to kill Willow? Is Michael going to stumble into this mess and get caught? In the crossfire, while looking for evidence of an affair, is Drew going to wake up and go full Terminator on everyone involved? I need to hear your theories because I am losing my mind over here. The next 3 weeks of episodes are going to be absolute insanity, and I am fully strapped in for the ride. GH writers, please, I am begging you on my hands and knees, do not mess this up. Stick the landing. Give us the dramatic high-stakes showdown we deserve. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let's pray. Willow survives the week.